What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. Today's video is gonna be so effing exciting. Show of hands, who likes Game of Thrones? Because I'm obsessed. I have been waiting for April 14th, 2019 for so damn long. Now, if you don't like Game of Thrones, then I don't know what to say to you, aside from get your ass on HBO.com right now and buy a subscription and watch season 1 through 7 right now, and then come back to this, because Game of Thrones is the best show I have ever seen in my life. So just a little disclaimer, this is a PR package, so they did send this to me, but all of my opinions are going to be 100% honest, I promise you guys. So let's just get into the unboxing and review and demo and first impressions, whatever, of this Urban Decay X Game of Thrones collection. So here is the box that they sent me. It is huge, guys. So you could just pull that right off. And this is what's underneath that. So in here is the palette. So I'm just gonna pull that right out. So I lowered the ISO just a bit so you guys could get all the full details of how the packaging of the palette looks like. So here it is. It is beautiful. It has Westeros right here on what would be the pages of the book. And over here is the spine. So this is so beautiful if you like collecting makeup and Game of Thrones is one of your favorite shows. So since it is kind of like a book, you can open the front page and it has this huge mirror, and it says right here, oh, there you go, now you can see it, Lannister, Targaryen, Baratheon, Stark, Tyrell. They're all just spokes on a wheel. This one's on top, then that one's on top, and on it spins, crushing those on the ground. So then down here, you could pull this little tab, and it's the Iron Throne. Look how cute that is. Oh my God. When I first opened this up, I was shook. I was shook to the core. The amount of detail that they put in just this palette is insane. So back to this portion of the palette. Down here is a quote by Tyrion Lannister. It says, "Never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor and it can never be used to hurt you." So to actually get to the palette, right where the pages are, where I showed you that this little Westeros map is, you could pull right here and out comes the palette in its full glory. So the palette has 20 shades, and only 3 of them are matte, which is a little bit disappointing, just because I prefer to work with mattes, but the shimmers are beautiful here. So it has some shimmers, some metallic shades. Now I will say that the 3 mattes that they do have are really good matte shades. It has like this perfect brown that's like a great crease color, just like a nice transition shade. It does have House Lannister down here, which is kind of like a peachy setting shade, or a blending shade that you could use to blend 2 colors together or blend up into the brow bone. And the last matte is Lannister Red, which is good for deepening up the crease. I did notice something really cool about the palette, and I noticed that they are separated by houses. I don't know how I missed that. The first one is the White Walkers. The second one is Winterfell. Third is King's Landing. And the last one is Bay of Dragons. So each set of 5 shadows that you see will actually be either the White Walkers or the other houses. So now that I showed you guys the palette up close and personal, I am going to swatch all of these on my arm so we could get a sense of how the pigmentation is, the quality is of the eyeshadows. I do think they're great pan sizes, so let's get into that. So the palette is $65, which is a little pricey, but I kind of think it's worth it. Now hear me out. This makes a beautiful gift. It has such elaborate packaging. It's a collector's item. So I kind of think the $65 mark is worth it. The pan sizes are pretty decent in size. You get 4 really big sizes of the metallic shades. And I mean, when's the last time you ran out of an eyeshadow palette? Like, I think that it's a decent price. All right, guys, so I got my ears on, and you guys know when I got the ears on, that just means I'm about to throw down with the makeup. So I am going to do a quick voiceover tutorial using some of the shades in this palette. I'm probably going to use a little bit of each house, and then I will come back afterwards and let you guys know how I felt about the application of the shadows and whatnot. So, transition. Alright guys, so this is the look that I did using the Game of Thrones palette. I did also add White Walker and Free Folk, which are part of the White Walker little collection in my inner corner, and I didn't show that in the little tutorial portion, so I'm super sorry about that. I kind of did it afterwards. I completely forgot to put in an inner corner highlight. But just last thoughts on the palette. I think it's amazing. If you guys love Game of Thrones, then I definitely suggest buying the palette. Like I said, it's a collector's item. I think it's so worth it. So enough about the palette. Let's move on to the rest of the items that are in the collection. Oh my god, I completely forgot to use the 2 eyeshadow brushes that came with the collection. I'm like gutted. That sucks. I'll do a little Instagram video, and I'll definitely use these in the Instagram video. The lighting just changed. Welcome to Florida. But the first one is Jon Snow's Long Claw, and this is what the handle looks like. It is so cute. It looks like a little crease brush. And the other one is Arya Stark's Needle, which is a little precision brush. As you could see there, you could use it to put on glitters or pigments. That's what I normally use these kind of brushes for, or cutting the crease. So next up, the collection came with 4 eyeliners, and these are in the shade Night King, Lannister Gold, Dragon Smoke, and Winterfell Snow. And I'm going to use Dragon Smoke for my lower lash line. And here's the packaging for that pencil. And these are their normal 24/7 Glide On eye pencils. And I already know that I love these pencils. They're super, super creamy. So just disclaimer, if you do not like seeing pencils go in people's eyes, skip ahead 10 seconds or so. Alright guys, this is the Mother of Dragons highlighter palette. Now, the embossing on the inside is stunning. It's 3 eggs for each of Daenerys's dragons. So I think that the colors are beautiful. I don't think I'll ever use the Drogon color because it is so pink. And I think Rhaegal is just a little too dark for my skin. So I am gonna go in with Viserion. So we're just gonna take a clean, fluffy brush and lightly dip into that. A good amount of product is coming out on the brush. So as you guys can see, it is a very beautiful highlighter, but it's not very blinding, which I'm okay with. All highlighters are not created equal. Some of them are more blinding than others, but this one's still really, really pretty. I think I am gonna put a little teensy bit of Drogon on top of it and see like if it gives it a little bit of a shift. I'm gonna put it a little bit lower. like where my blush would go. Ooh, and that actually adds a little bit more of an icy shine to it. It's not as pink as I thought it was going to be, so that's surprising. So I actually do love the combo of both of those highlighters mixed together. They give such a pretty sheen to the face, and that's really what I would describe this as. It's more of a sheen rather than like big glitters or like blinding highlight that looks wet. It's not gonna look wet. It just kind of looks like you're glowing from within, which is nice for a day-to-day wearable highlighter. So this palette is $36. Now, is it worth $36? I'm not sure. If you're gonna use at least 2 of the shades in this palette, I would say 100% go for it. If you're a huge Game of Thrones fan and you want the whole collection, go for it. But if you're only gonna use 1 highlighter in here, I would say just pass on this one. So I actually almost completely skipped over this product. This is the lip and cheek stain. So I'm probably going to demonstrate it on my cheeks, not my lips, because there are lip products in this collection that I want to show you guys the full swatches of. So this lip and cheek stain is $26. So let's open it up and give it a look. So this is what this product looks like. It kind of looks like a little vial of blood, if I'm being really, really honest. I'm not a huge fan of cheek stains, so I'm already kind of putting like bad energy into this. So I'm just gonna dot this on my cheek right here. And I think I'm gonna go in with my sponge and just pat it out. I don't know if that did anything. I don't think that did anything. Yeah, see, I'm not really seeing anything. It's just kind of absorbing into my sponge. So I'm gonna have to give this one a thumbs down already. I am gonna keep trying to work with it and see how I like it. Maybe it's the kind of product that you wear without foundation, like it's just for a little flush when you're not wearing any type of makeup at all. So I am gonna have to keep working on it and seeing how I like it, but for right now, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. And last but not least in this collection is the lip products. Now, there are 4 lipsticks, and I think these are all cream lipsticks. So as you can see, the packaging is super cute. You can kind of see the color right here at the tops of the packaging, and it does say the names up there as well. So I am going to swatch all of these on my lips for you. So those were all 4 of the lips that came with this collection. I think that my favorite one is actually the one that I'm wearing right now, which is in the shade White Walker. There are 2 of them that are metallicized, and that is Cersei Lannister and Daenerys Targaryen. Those 2 are metallic. So I don't really like metallic lips. If you're into them, these are perfect for you then. But my 2 favorite were definitely the Sheer and Comfort Matte, the Sansa Stark, which is like the peachy pink one, and the White Walker, which is a Comfort Matte, which honestly I would not consider this a matte in any sense of the word. I think it's definitely a cream lipstick. So I don't know why they named it that, but it is still a beautiful color. So these are their Vice lipsticks, and they are $19. So that is it for this collection, guys. If you didn't know already, this collection comes out on April 14th, the same day that the show comes on. So I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.